Hello, my name is Reinhard Partmann, and in this video we are talking about tiered storage and why it's important in the physical storage design for Horizon. So, let's talk about storage a little bit more in general. When you're doing storage design for Horizon, you should always aim for low latency and as low as you can get. Well, milliseconds, low milliseconds are good, sub-milliseconds, better. So, and why is this important? Well, if you do the math, it basically reflects how responsive is the user desktop. And the users want a snappy reaction when they click and when they work in your virtual desktop. And so you need to do your homework so that you can get your storage where your workload runs, your VDI workload runs, as fast and as responsive as possible. And if you look at the different vendors and storages you can get, well, what do we have on the market? We have flash drives, we have magnetic disks. So the go-to choice would be flash. Well, it's fast, but it's more expensive. So you always have to do a trade-off, right? You have different storage models, different feature sets in your storages. This also impacts your storage performance. Another big point is, do you have a storage for the sole use of your VDI workload? Yes or no? If the answer is no, you will have a crosstalk of the storage operations your other virtual machines are doing on your VDI side, because they reside on the same subset of disks or the same set of disks. And if there is heavy I/O traffic coming from your servers, your VDI workload will suffer from that. So it's always best to have separate storages. So like I said, a good, solid physical storage design is key for the success of your whole virtualization project. In this case, desktop virtualization project. So, at the end of the day, we have different disk types which can be located on different data stores, and those different data stores can have different performance aspects, and we also should take care of those, right? This can be capacity, speed, right? Capacity is easier to achieve on magnetic disks, speed is easier to achieve on flash drives. Maybe you have to do a mix of those, and the reason mostly is coming out of the budget you have available to your storage, or the money you can spend on your storage. So let's have a look on a classic implementation. So this is actually a picture of a non-tiered storage, and when we are, let's talk, in this case, instant clones, we have a parent VM, we have a snapshot. Out of these two components, we are creating the so-called replica. The replica is a full cloned thin provisioned. So where is this replica being now located? So this replica is being located, as you can see on the slide, on both data stores. And the linked clones are pointing to the replica. But only linked clones from the same data store if you look at the slide, right? So now let's have a look how tiered storage looks different here. On this slide you can see a tiered storage model. Again, at the top of the slide you see the base VM with a snapshot. Out of these two components we again create our replica. But this replica is now being placed on a high-speed data store where we can have low latency and high throughput. Basically all flash. All the clones, however, let's assume this is a hybrid installation, are placed on magnetic disks, and all the other data stores, bright blue, the dark blue and the green one, where all our clones are residing, are pointing to the replica on our high-speed data store. So why do we do that? Most reads are coming out of our replica or are directed to our replica. And this is the reason being that the replica is located on this high-speed data store, right? This makes perfect sense. And on the other hand, we only need the capacity for the replica on all flash. So what we actually are doing is, we only place the necessary data on a high-speed data store. And this is how tiered storage in Vue works. The thing is, with tiered storage, in Vue, tiered storage is a static model. Once you have placed a certain disk type on a data store, data is not being moved around between different data stores, north, south, east, west, or whatever, right? So in this case, where it's being created, it will stay there until it's being deleted. Please do not confuse that with tiered storage models which are coming out of storage vendors, where they automatically move storage blocks between different storage tiers.